Hey guys, Ranshin here, bringing you all yet another League of Legends commentary. It's going to be yet another Challenger replay. And this is on the blue team. We're going to see Koala playing as Morgana. We're going to see Vasily play as Misfortune. Novali as Zed. Anda as Elise. Nearly being played by Harkua. And on the opposite side, the purple team, we're going to have Zerbek playing as Lucian. Lucian be played by Blue Rain. Wukong played by Redeem Team. Nihilmatic playing Lulu. And Clackbard playing Karma. So this is going to be an interesting matchup. We're going to be seeing a Lucian against MF Bot. That's going to be an interesting matchup, I believe. Misfortune, one of my favorites. Really interesting one. And she has one of her skins on. A lot of people here have a bunch of their skins on. Actually going to be supported by Morgana. Very powerful support. I remember back in the day when she was played almost exclusively mid. But when you think about her kit, she has an amazing support kit. A powerful root, a zoning ability, a spell shield that works on everybody on your team. On the opposite side, we're going to have Karma with her nice zoning skill shots. And of course, Lucian, quite possibly the strongest AD carry in the game right now. Mid, we're going to have Nidalee. She's going to just get up against Lulu, which is going to be super interesting. And then Wukong top against Zed, who's going to be, whoa, actually, Zed jungle? No, Zed top, but it's, yeah. Cloth armor, a bunch of pots, so he's going to go hyper sustain. Everybody's going to fooling around here. Seems like Elise is going to start a red buff. We're going to be seeing blue buff start here from Lee Sin. I love Lee Sin in the jungle. I think he's an overall really interesting champion in this game, and he's in a good spot right now. I think he's not overpowered, he's not underpowered. He's really powerful early to mid game, and he kind of really falls off late game where he plays a more utility role. Like, you can build him so that he's a little crazy, and he can kind of fall off and just, he does fall off, but he can stay strong throughout the entire game if he gets going. And usually, if you're going to be using Lee Sin, you want to utilize most of his abilities in the early to mid part of the game. So let's see, bot lane, we're going to have MF. She's going to be able to do a lot of harass, and of course Lucian, when you talk about harass as well. And that's beautiful there, the root into the Q, into the double up by the Misfortune. If you ask me, why do you always look at the skill just to make sure it's skill? Do you not know the skill name? I will say, I often know the skill name, but as I try to just remember it in half a second, I can't, because I'm human. So that's what happened top lane. Meanwhile, oh, gonna be forced to flash from both sides. It's gonna be enough. He's gonna flash with the ignite, and he gets the first blood. Nice follow-up flasher by Wukong using both of his summoner spells, but great, well done there for Elise. Gonna go for him. Oh, look at this. Lee Sin knows this is coming. We're gonna see whether Elise actually gonna go for it. Nonetheless, Wukong just below half health, and Lee Sin is now backing off. She is gonna go for it. Catching him way out of position. Is she gonna do it? Is she gonna catch him? She is gonna get rooted. Gonna go for it there. Wukong gonna use this. Oh, you see the decoy. Gonna get him alive. She's gonna repel. Is that gonna be enough? Wukong gonna turn around and almost get him. Lee Sin getting in there for the defense. He's gonna try to follow up on this and gets the kill on Elise. Beautiful counter play there by Lee Sin, and Wukong staying alive. Zed meanwhile gonna get a little bit of farm here, but beautiful play over there by purple team. Overall, Elise North was thinking, hey, okay, maybe Lee Sin, don't know, not sure, but overall, not happening there. A nice harass coming in here from the double up by MF. She's gonna take some harass damage herself, especially from the from his passive, from Lucian's passive, but still doing a pretty good job of blocking it. And his skill's not hitting. There's gonna be a root on Lucian. It's gonna be enough. Double up goes off, and Lucian also taking some damage. I do believe there was an ignite going off there. Was it? Yes, I do believe there was. I'll be seeing Aaron engage coming here mid. I totally missed that. Let's jump back 15 seconds to see it as it evolves, because we can. Sometimes things happen all over the map at the same time. You can't quite see it. Seems like Nidalee's getting himself a little bit low. Lee Sin getting in position to possibly gank, and he's just going to find this Elise and go for it. Nidalee going to meanwhile come in to try to support. Lee Sin has now realized that he's in danger. He's just going to back off, and it seems it's just going to, nothing's going to happen here overall. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, look at that Lucian already hurt enough that he's going to be forced back, and MF just staying in here, fighting and going crazy, using the impure shots for everything. And it seems like she's going to try to push this lane, get the last. It's going to take a hit by Karma in the face. Meanwhile, top lane, Zed being caught hard out of position. Wukong's armor shred just doing work there. Mid lane, seems like Lulu's kind of controlling it pretty heavily there. And you know, that's kind of just what happens. I think that as soon as she's level 6, she's probably going to be able to force this Lulu back. We're going to see what happens. She's going to take some damage. They're going to get slowed by Lulu overall. And a little bit low on mana, so we'll see what happens. Top lane, at least getting herself in position to finally try to retake some control of this top lane. Bot lane, yeah, nothing happening so far. CMF going to return back. Yep, just getting herself a health potion. 1 mana pot in order so she can double up constantly. And I'm in per acceptor for the sustain. Seems there's not going to be any gank here. Top lane, Zed going to try to get himself back into control of that. Mid lane, meanwhile, in a slightly better position, but we're just going to see. I think ganks are going to be, seems like right now it's going to be what these two champions do with their ultimates that's going to be a deciding factor, or whether it's going to be how exactly this Nido manages to play. Lee Sin getting himself into a pretty good ganking position. They're waiting for Karma to get in here, but is the lane going to start pushing back a little too early? It seems like they were pushed in a little bit to the other side. Lee Sin is going to go for it, is going to be able to catch him. Is going to be able to catch him. Karma and Lucian going to go for it. Lee Sin in position now. He's going to go. Slows come off. Lee Sin actually going to utilize his abilities. Forces a flash from Morgana. She's going to turn this around. And nobody going to go down. Some decent amount of damage there on Miss Fortune. Meanwhile, mid side, Lulu going to get ganked by this Elise. Nice job there. And of course, Cougar form coming off for Nidalee as well to help support with that. Meanwhile, bot lane, potions being popped. And you definitely see the mana potion here is going to become a factor for the MF. Sometimes mana potion is all you need. Just get 1 mana pot and you just harass the rest of the game. Just double up, double up, double up constantly. And 1 mana potion is going to make it sure that you don't have to fear. I mean, double up at this point is 46 mana. And this restores 100 mana. And that's just 2 double ups plus passive regeneration. That might almost be 3 double ups there just ready for him. He's going to be a little bit low. So we're going to be seeing Elise coming in from the opposite side. Nice gank there. Nice turnaround. They were playing a little bit too aggressive. Elise is going to rappel down. And Karma's going to... Are they going to catch the Lucian is the question. It's going to be a root. Yes, the root from Morgana goes in and catches him. Beautiful game there. We're probably going to be seeing them going for Dragon now. Yeah, purple team, they're playing way too cocky, way too out of position. And they're going to be paying for that there. Lee Sin, yeah, he knows it's happening, but what exactly is it going to do about it? I think blue team's going to have an easy dragon here. Or does he even? Nope, let's see, ward? Was there a ward? Nope, no ward here. Not even sure there was a ward in the first place for them to destroy, so that's going to be an easy dragon for blue team. They're going to take a bit of an early advantage. Still 3-2 and no towers down. The dragon, you know, the 1,000 gold isn't a gigantic factor yet in the game, so we're going to be seeing whether there's going to be an advantage that actually holds up or not, because I think both teams still definitely have a shot. Let's see, bot lane here, Misfortune with 51 CS, and Lucian with 39, so he's a little bit behind. That's going to be seeing that Bloodthirster on MF much sooner than on Lucian, so that might become troublesome there, because if she just buys at the right time, gets a Bloodthirster, jumps back in lane, and kills him yet again, that's just going to continue getting that advantage off for her to continue controlling the lane. Let's see, Nidalee, yeah, well, the Chalice of Armor issue can just continue throwing around those spears with, continue healing herself without fear of reprisal. But of course, you got the little dragon chompy guy for Lulu, because why not? Do we have teleports? Do we have teleports? Do we have teleports? We do not have teleports. 2 ignites top, so that's going to be a solo game for quite a while in this particular game. Nidalee being forced back a little bit by this Lulu, who has a blue buff, but overall I think she'll be fine. She does have her heals, and she's going to get her own blue buff here, so she's going to be able to stay herself quite fine. Meanwhile, as all this non-action is happening elsewhere, I'm missing the action in the real place. Ultimate going to come off from Morgana. And Lucian gonna get the ignite almost gets the Karma, but she manages to stay alive. But the root on this Lucian almost manages to get the Morgana. And beautiful flash there by MF to try to reposition herself and get out of the way of the damage. But there's not going to be any kills except on the Karma. I do believe that was either a double up or her Make It Rain that killed her there on the side, because it seemed like she was going to survive, but maybe she actually died because the ignite went off, or rather went down, and did not actually kill her. I'm learning, I'm practicing this guy. Meanwhile, top lane, yet again, Wukong just gonna flash for it, use his ultimate. Elise is gonna come in. Is she gonna be able to actually get this Wukong? Gonna get his root. He's just gonna turn around and try to kill her. It's not gonna be enough. Not going to be enough there. Elise actually does manage to get the revenge kill. Bot lane. MF, not quite enough for her bloodthirst. She's going to get a potion, mana potion to continue farming. On the opposite side, Lucian did get himself a long start to try to get some damage and equalize these things. Meanwhile, bot lane, yeah, of course, you're going to be seeing some of these golems being taken because, hey, look, Lee Sin is here trying to catch this Elise, who's just going to repel down. Is she going to go down? Lee Sin forces the flash. Is he? Nope. He's just going to stay happy with what he has. Misses his Q there. That is his Q, right? That is his. I think that was his Q. So let's just pretend it was his Q no matter what I say. Okay? Okay, wonderful. Let's see, mid lane we have the Lulu with 88 last hits to the Lily 74. She's doing a pretty good job staying in this game. Let's see Elise, and he's gonna come in from the behind. They're gonna go in for Elise is in a position to possibly help. Flash is dropped. Middley trying to stay alive, but she does not manage to do so. Uses the Kruger form. Elise, is she actually gonna stay in here? Elise is almost full health. She's gonna try to kill the Lulu, but she might actually die herself. No, it seems like Elise and Lulu decided that they don't want to engage on this. They're just gonna be happy with the one kill they got and be happy with that. And as that happens, seems like another kill top that I'm missing because this Zed, look at that. Zed gonna die yet again, trying to turn it around, but Wukong, that armor shred. Ugh, so hard, so hard. Let's have a sip of water because my throat is just parched. I wonder why. It's because I'm screaming like a crazy person. Elite's gonna go in on this Luda now that she's alone. She meanwhile pops her ultimate and just gonna say, nah, I'm fine. I am so fine. Let's see. Both really low. At least, oh yeah. You do not want to do that. You don't want to stare around who can just blam you, and that's gonna be a tower to boot. So Nilly, a little bit of a disadvantage this entire time mid lane because just the minions were pushed her lane all the time, and when she had Cougar form, just wasn't enough, you know, pre-level 6, just not enough to force back that Lulu bot lane. MF still seems to be controlling. There's going to be a little bit of a skirmish here. Nobody coming in again. Lee Sin coming in from behind those. It might be a full-out fight. Might not be smart for blue team to fight this. Morgana and MF actually going to be forced around. Is there going to be any help coming in from blue team? We're going to be seeing Nidalee actually just dewarding and trying to deny vision for the purple team. So, and is she gonna be in position for a spear? Elise knows it's happening. It's 3 against 3 here bottom. Elise not in a perfect position. She just wants to continue farming instead of supporting, so it seems like there won't be a skirmish here bot at this time. Overall, gotta say bot lane seems like blue team has a bit of an advantage. Bot lane, top lane, definitely purple team. Middle lane, purple team, and jungle almost even. I think Elise has been a little bit more lucky with her ganks this game. She has just a couple of last hits fewer. They both have 2 kills, so she's actually died a couple of times, so they should be fairly even. Let's see what she has. Does have the Spirit of the Ancient Golem on the opposite side. He does have the Spirit of the Ancient Lizard. And Lulu now yet again forcing this Nidalee back. Bot lane, not much happening. Top lane, Zed just has to play super careful. Only has his Cutlass. On the opposite side, there is a Brutalizer along with a Scepter and also got himself a cloth armor, Dorn's Blade, all good stuff from this Wukong. He's done a great job. Meanwhile, again, missing, trying to just, get some information out to you guys, and the missing and engage. We're going to see how this happens, eh? Seems like Morgana getting in position. Is she going to get a root or not? No, she's getting in position. The root is going to hit. Morgana going to walk right into it. Lucian going to just pop all of his skills he can. Bullet time. Gonna get the karma. Lucian isn't going to get the revenge kill. Just popping his ultimate. Not going to be enough. Lee Sin, missing that. If he had hit it, that would have been an easy kill for him. Nice dodge for Morgana, though. Nice dodge by Koala. Lee Sin gonna try to follow it up. He's gonna plant a ward down, gonna kick that Vasily out of the way. Lucian not quite in a position to follow up there. Seems there was a little bit miscoordination. Meanwhile, top lane yet again. Zed just forced back by this Wukong. Ay. So we're seeing an exciting game, I gotta say. Different lanes winning different things. Bot lane not so heavily won by blue team that Lucian is not gonna get back into this game. He went for Phage first, so with a Scepter, so he just got that for the sustain. Seems like he might try to go Triforce early. Although if he does that, he's gonna be lacking in sustain a little bit, so maybe a Bloodthirster would still be a better idea. We shall see Nidalee. Nidalee does have the Athene's unholy grail. Seems like Luda wants to come in for the gank on this Zed. Everybody wants to just bully this Zed as much as possible, excuse me. And yep, she's gonna come there. Wukong, I mean, almost didn't need Lulu's help there. Just enough to go in there and just kill people. Just cause. Just cause, you know? And meanwhile, blue team gets the dragon. I was kind of mute there for a second, I apologize. So blue team gets the dragon. Purple team on the opposite side is going to get a turret. So it's going to be 2 turrets for purple team, none for blue team. But they do have the first dragon of the game. So we're going to take that gold. MF, still okay. Going to go for an Avarice Blade. That's going to be a little bit more gold. And she's probably going to build that into a... I believe it builds into a static Shiv, if memory serves correctly. And 3 people now on this Lucian. He's just gonna die because he has no option. He's just tower schmower. He just dies because everybody's on him. Everybody wants a piece of Lucian. Everybody wants to make sure he can farm and bring his team back. He does have a Sheen as well, so he's definitely gonna go Triforce first. But is it gonna be enough? He's just gonna have a lot of trouble staying, you know, powerful this game, staying relevant, because it seems like the enemy team just does a good job. He's going to be doing a great job of shutting him down. It's going to be important for this Lee Sin. As I say, this blue team gets under. It's going to be very important for this Lee Sin and this Wukong to peel people off the Lucian as the game goes on. It's going to be engaged here. Lucian just, I mean, Zed and Lee Sin just going in on each other. And Zed, oh, he's going to die. He's just been shut down so heavily. Does have a lot of last hits, but Wukong has just killed him and killed him and killed him and killed him. Yikes. Gotta be scary. Lucian finally getting himself in position where he can free farm a little bit out of his lane is pushing out. Just gotta be super careful to get all of them last hits. Let's see, Morgana, Ruby Sightstone, and a Frostfang. Not a lot of AP, but you know, her skills overall are gonna be really important for team fights, especially setting up for, you know, middle fights for the bullet time. Bullet time actually really important now, because as I say, this is going to be a fight going on. Lee's going to try to fight this Wukong and get him to half health. Is she going to follow up? Nope, seems like she's not going to. As I was saying, bullet time has actually become relevant again. It doesn't do a lot of damage later in the game, but the bullet time does put on stacks of impure shots on enemies. So basically, if she gets the full bullet time on people, they're going to have a lot of stacks of impure shots, and that's going to be extra damage going to be taken from MF, so you can just use her ultimate to put the stacks on people and just go in there and continue to damage them significantly more. So using the Morgana ultimate later in the game to set to both her root as well as her ultimate to set people up for that a little later into the game is going to be pretty important. So while her ultimate is not going to do a lot of damage late game, it might still become relevant, if not too relevant. So, let's see here. Ooh, almost, yep, being forced back a little bit. There is going to be an engagement. There's going to be MF, Carmen, Lucian here bot, so it's actually more people here to the middle. Zed just going to go to the jungle now because it needs to catch up. Has only a Brutalizer and a Cutlass. See, Lee Sin gets caught out, almost dies there. Wow. Going to be forced to kick back his opponent in order to stay alive, and sometimes you just got to do that. It seems like blue team, they're going to try to push this mid lane. Carmen, Lucian getting himself in position to try to support Nidalee. Is she going to get caught out? No, just, yeah, Lucian's going to throw out some of his stuff. Going to get rooted as a thank you note. Ooh, going to be a spear on Lulu, but that's not too much damage. Lulu's just going to continue chasing down. That might be enough, though. She's going to pop their ultimate in order to try to stay alive, try to get the rest of her stuff off. Her teammate, Elise, actually going in right there, going to rappel down. People focusing, not the same people all over the place, but we're going to be seeing Elise actually kill the Karma. Doing a great job to do that. Wukong and Lee Sin not in a position. We're not in a position to help. Wukong gonna go in there, instantly kills the Morgana. Is gonna get rooted, so he can't continue his ultimate. Lee Sin gonna go in as well, but he dies almost instantly. MF just doing the damage to take him down. Ooh, gonna come in from behind, instantly kill this Elise to follow up, and just gonna try to run away. Almost gets a spear in the face. That would have done quite a bit of damage actually, because that would have been at maximum range for the spear, but so far still fairly even, a bit of a gold advantage for blue team. 2 turrets down. The purple team has taken down 2 turrets, while the blue team has taken down a dragon and a tower. So it's hard to say what's the advantage. Lucian, let's see, item-wise, still doesn't have his Triforce yet. MF does have the Shiv and the Bloodthirst, so she's actually going to be doing a lot of damage in team fights now. Oop, the root is going to come off on this Nidalee, but she's still going to stay just fine. Item-wise, let's see here. Does have a needlessly large rod, so the spear is actually going to do some damage. Meanwhile, top lane, we're going to be seeing the Zed is actually going to try to get some damage on this tower, but he's going to be, as he probably doesn't feel to save, doesn't have any wards around. They're not sure exactly when Wukong is returning, so it's actually a safe play by him. He's not been able to survive against this Wukong this game at all, actually. Get the blue buff on this Lulu. Seems like Lulu and Wukong are pretty much going to be what's possibly going to bring this purple team back into this game. That's going to be it. Wukong, let's see here. Speaking of, has a cleaver now, so yeah, just taking that armor cleave down just even further, just to make sure people die when he goes for him. Zed's still not much in the way of items. Lulu now also large rod, does have the Athene's Holy Grail, almost has her Rabadons. And Spears missing a little bit of Nidalee. She hasn't done a great job to hitting Spears, it seems, this game. They should be doing a decent amount of damage even at this point. And it seems like both teams are going to be converging here. Is purple team going to go for it to push? They're trying to do some damage here. There's going to be a fight almost breaking off. We're going to be seeing who engages on who. The root going to come off Lulu. The spear going to come off as much damage as possible. Ultimate's being hit from both sides. Morgana ultimate trying to hold people. People still going to stay alive. Zed going to come in here. Morgana meanwhile dies on the opposite side. Karma goes down. Zed goes down. And that's going to be a nice engagement here on the purple team. Also managing to critically kill the MF. Ooh, Spear almost comes down and kills the Lulu, but critically they kill the Misfortune. So important. She is already dealing a heavy amount of the damage, so they're going to have to be really careful. Seems like just going to take this chance to back off, stop pushing, and just take the dragon. That's pretty smart. Lulu just going to try to kind of stay a threat. Meanwhile, and also just going to run away. Look at that. Look at that. Look at her little self just running. Look at me. It's going to be fairly easy dragon here for purple team. I like this game. Back and forth, stuff happening, warnings going around. Everybody's going to back off. So purple team doing a great job there. They did lose a tower, but, you know, they've lost another tower. I mean, they took another tower. What am I talking about? They took another tower and dragon. So definitely getting themselves back into this game. Blue team did have an early advantage. Lucian still doesn't have the items to become a massive threat in team fights compared to this MF, who has quite a few items, but you know, they still have very credible threats. And oh, Nidalee, is she gonna get caught by this Carmen Lee Sin? This might be enough. Ah, Lee Sin going all over the place. Still had his Q on this Nidalee. The Q from Karma Mist is gonna be the kick. Lee Sin just gonna continue falling flashes for that kill as well, and just gonna try to get himself back out of there. Bot lane, Morgana gonna defend, just gonna be as this Morgana. Ooh, is she gonna be able to get this MF? Just gonna catch and do a lot of damage. Pop the ultimate as well. MF gonna be forced to just run away. Yep, that's gonna be it. Ignite for the secure, and there was even support coming in from the Karma to make sure that died. Bad B. It seems like Morgana finished blue pilling the second that happened. Well, Wukong gonna catch the Zed yet again. Zed now, you know, still doesn't have a lot of items. He's still fairly vulnerable. Morgana gonna come in here. Are they finally gonna be able to get this Wukong though? He's getting a little bit nuts this game. Has a TM out as well, so he's gonna get a Ravenous Hydra in order to just continue pushing, making sure that Zed has to stay top lane unless blue team wants to lose towers. Then we're gonna get caught. She's gonna blue shield herself. Black shield herself. It looks blue. Like, what do you want me? They call it a black shield. It looks blue. What do you want from me? Let's see, purple team, let's see, I want to look at these guys. Lucian, oh, speaking of that, gonna get caught. Nice ultimate, nice overall combo there by MF to kill that Lulu. Lulu is one of the big threats for this team here, actually, so it's a pretty good job of taking her down. Look at that, does have a Rabadons, does have things called Sorcerer's Boots, shoes rather, does have everything, and now blue team, while doing that, they have to take advantage of this position in order to fight. Actually, Wukong gonna get caught a little off. Morgana almost dying, but Wukong out of position in order to try to get a kill and gonna die himself. And now blue team Zed actually gonna go right in there. He's a Lucian meanwhile gonna follow in on him. He's gonna put himself in a really bad position as he does so. Lucian tries to fire off his ultimate to support his teammate there, but no way. Caught out of position. That's going to be it. Sometimes a few misplays. That's all it takes, guys. That is all it takes. It seems like blue team doing completely the correct thing and saying, hey, is dragon up? Is dragon up? It's not up. But, you know, they're thinking, hey, maybe dragon's up. And that was a pretty good decision in order to try to check that. Baron is up, but I think that would be a little nuts to take Baron at this point. Misfortune, gonna continue farming. Gonna work on her last whisper now. Let's see, Lucian does have his Bloodthirster, smart. And getting that, and then we're gonna be seeing a Triforce from him. Lulumima gonna catch this Zed top lane. What's he gonna do other than die? Unfortunately, that is what happens. So still anyone's game almost at this point. It seems like MF, this is the point where the game kind of really hits the mid game, and this is where MF really becomes a factor. Look at that. Last Whisper, Thirster, Shiv. This is where she's going to start hitting really hard. She's really powerful at this point in the game. Has a lot of last hits, 214. A lot of farm, a lot of kills to boot. She's going to get red buff as well. So she's just going to be a damage machine this game. So Plumber Team really needs to take her down. Lee Sin, Wukong, they just need to go in there, and Lulu as well. They just need to go in there, kill her, shut her down, catch her out of position. And as soon as the team fight starts, just kill her. And unfortunately, that's just not going to be easy because Morgana's in the game. The Black Shield is going to be such an important factor for keeping this Morgana alive, for keeping, I'm sorry, this Misfortune alive, because if Misfortune stays alive in team fights, that's going to be it. I don't think that the opposing team is going to be able to do much to get back, because Misfortune is just going to be able to stay in the back, do all the damage while she's shielded. She's fine. She can just deal out the damage. I'm not saying the rest of her team is not a factor, but Zed doesn't have his full damage potential. Seems like Nidalee doesn't have her full damage potential either. And Elise, though, yeah, of course, Elise, most def a factor. She actually went for a Locket of the Iron Solari. That's interesting. Huh. Yeah, also more shield started to protect people. Let's see, Elise actually going to catch this Lulu. That's going to be her root. She's just going to rappel down and make sure she doesn't take any hits. Lulu actually going to be forced to pop her ultimate in order to stay alive there. And now she's going to be a little bit low. Is blue team going to converge meanwhile on this middle tower in order to utilize the fact that Lulu is low on health and out of position? What are they going to do here? It's going to be important. Lee Sin going to go D-ward. They're going to go in on him. He doesn't take a lot of damage, but it's going to be a root. He's going to try to get himself out, using his Q to get himself out. His team, and there we go. Using a safeguard to get himself in position. Lucian now gonna get caught out. That's the worst thing that can happen right now. Is the Lucian, a lot of the purple team's damage potential is just gonna get taken down. Where's the Wukong? And now a lot of people shut down from the fight. Lucian's not gonna be a factor. He's gonna get caught out yet again. Oh man, look at that. W's himself, but not as he's still gonna die. Meanwhile, mid Zed finally managing to do a little bit of damage. He's going to die to Ignite and to Lulu. And meanwhile, Lulu, as we speak, actually gets caught. Dies yet again. Not going to be enough. Pops her ultimate to try to stay alive, but just dies yet again. A lot of people just getting caught out, unfortunately. And this is going to be the first end of her blue team. They are now definitely taking advantage. They're thinking, maybe Dragon? No, Baron. 3 people down. Lulu is down. Wukong down. Karma down. And the Lucian getting caught in front of that tower here middle, that was critical because, well, Lulu was not in the fight. She was really low. Lee Sin was not in the fight. He was low as well. He's going to go out there, maybe try to deny this Baron, but he's going to have the time to do that. He does have the ward up. They know it's there. Places another ward down in order to try to catch this. Let's see if it's going to happen or not. He's nope. Sorry, Bob. Good timely smite there by Elise. Make sure that Lee Sin can do nothing about it. I mean, it's, you know, it's the right thought. You want to go in there, you want to try to do what you can, but I feel that Lee Sin and Wukong specifically, both of them, they've not done what they should be doing this fight. Wukong, he should be split pushing. They should be allowing Wukong to split push. They should be trying to create a position for Lucian to free farm and guard him and not engage unless they're ready. Wukong now going to catch the Zen, going to go for him because Wukong, he can just stay in this lane indefinitely. And once people go on him, he has the escape artist tools to get away, to stay alive. And his team should play a little bit more defensively as he just split pushes lanes, and possibly takes them. Possibly takes some more towers for his team, because now we're equal in towers, but blue team has a decisive gold advantage in 5k. It's definitely not lost yet. I think purple team still has a definite chance to get back into this game, but Lucian only has a couple of big items. He still doesn't even have his Xerxes Greaves yet. And MF, meanwhile, look at that. Does have her Eye Edge now as well. So her damage potential is through the roof right now. Elise and MF being utilizing this time to take yet another Dragons, giving him a bigger gold advantage. And at this point, I think MF might just to play safe, get a defensive item. Because, yeah, her team has done a great job in supporting her. The Black Shield has come off. She's just been able to stay in the back and deal the damage as she wants. But I think once you start playing risky is once you possibly start losing. So I think against this team, possibly going for a Banshee's Veil or maybe even a Guardian Angel or even a Machete at this stage would be safe. Just to make sure, because the damage potential is through the roof. Look at that, 389 AD, so she just can do damage. She's going to go in here on this tower. Purple team's going to be forced to defend. Who's going to go in on who? That's going to be the question here. Who is going to go in on whom? Oh, man, look at that engage coming down. Damage coming in from all sides. Lucian going to pop his ultimate just to try to force these people back. No deaths here yet. Lee Sin, what are you going to do, buddy? You're just going to try to stay away from this. Blue teams are going to force back. This tower's going to go down. Engage going into Lucian. Going to try to counter engage. He's going to be forced back right away. Ultimate from MF coming on. Bullet time. Zed's going to be the first person to get taken down, but Lee Sin also goes down to MF. She's going to be allowed to just engage and do as much damage as possible. He's going to follow up. Turret going to goes down. Elise going in a little bit too far, but MF getting herself into a beautiful position to Elise actually overstretching herself there a little bit, but allowing MF to get in position to just, hey, look, they're focusing me. MF, do your thing. So she does exactly that. It's beautiful play here by the team. Black Shield gonna go off yet again. She's just gonna go in all the way close. They might actually push in all the way. Lulu almost goes down. MF, look at that, just pushing all the way, attacking people all the way here. Karma, oh, look at that damage, the static shiv and everything. MF just so dangerous at this point. Gonna take some damage. Black Shield gonna come off so that she doesn't die. They're just standing here forcing the people to stay on the summoner platform. And that's gonna be it. In the pool, whatever you want to call it. That's gonna be a GG. Most likely they're engaged here from Purple Team at the last possible second, but everybody there to help everybody. Lee Sin gonna go down. And Lulu and Wukong and Karma, everybody trying to do a little bit of damage. Do kill MF, but far too late for that to become a factor. And that's gonna become a win for Blue Team. It's at a point there, middle in the game, it seemed like they might lose that. Maybe at least they let a little bit of their early advantage slip, and it wasn't even that high an advantage because on the opposite side, Lulu marginally at least won her lane. Wukong definitely won his lane. The junglers were close to even, and bottom lane for the Blue Team won. But overall, I believe it was a great game, a little bit back and forth, a lot of interesting fights. But overall, Purple Team just no match there for the MF at that late point in the game. So that's going to be it for me, guys. GG, Ranshin out. Thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this Challenger commentary.